Annie, like I think like what we're talking about kind of transitions us into the next topic, right? I mean, like again, like having the investment side and then having the gamer side and kind of understanding like the monetization and the pricing of like because what we have in Web3 of like axes, what I don't even know what I didn't get into axes, but axes at one point were like for one axie were like what three I don't even know 2,000 or
Yeah, two
1,000
thousand
per axie.
dollars.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
like one, and you need like three. Like no Web2 gamer is gonna say, "Oh, I need to play a game." People in Web2 are like bitching about $70 for full price games. There is no way
Yeah.
they're gonna say the point of entry is $3,000. That's absurd. So, what do you think about that, man? How do you think that game studios and like developers are gonna kind of go around this? How do you think we're gonna address this? Do you think they're gonna stand strong on saying, "No, nah, it's 2,000"? Like, how do you see this all playing out?
yeah, yeah. So I come back to that point about investments versus assets. So exactly to your example here, if you're asked to buy a game system and the entry price is $3,000, right? You're asked to buy a new computer rig, and that's all it can do is play one game, right? This isn't a console or something that you can use to play a variety of games. But if your entry point for one single game system is $3,000, you're not willing to do that unless you're planning on making money from the game. And so, again,
Yeah,
that's a
totally.
very clear sign that someone is not paying $3,000 to play a game, especially not a game that looks like it was built in the 1990s. You're definitely not going to do that. You're only doing that if you're assuming that you can make money from it. And again, let me be very clear. I don't have any problem with people making money. And also, if you want to engage in DeFi protocols that have a gamified layer on the front end, go for it. Like, and I had a good conversation with Brooks from the Nord team the other day, and he said, "Look, if you want to go do this, I don't want to steal anyone's side hustle, and you probably can make a lot of money in the short term. But when we were talking about what are you looking for in actual Web3 games, he said." This was very, very interesting. He said, go where it's going to make the most money. And so that's actually not what most people think, because you assume if I get in on the entry level of the Ponzi scheme, essentially, I'm going to be able to make the most money. But that's not true. You're going to make a lot more money if you're investing in games that actually build good gameplay. If you invested in, Activision and Blizzard as they were putting out World of Warcraft, you were going to make an awful lot more, more money than you were making, a few $1,000s selling axes on the back end for more than you paid. So
it's long term versus short term,
yeah,
right?
exactly. That long term mindset is what from an investing perspective people need to have. From a gaming perspective, though, you can't have those kind of price points. Frankly, that's more money than a fair number of people in the world make in a whole year, right? So in general, you can't be charging $3,000, $6,000, $10,000 as an entry point for a game. And likewise, whether it's a cosmetic, a skin or some kind like that, we need to have price points that are roughly equivalent to what Web 2 has, because frankly, that's what people are willing to pay for the value they're getting out of in-game items when you're viewing them as assets, not as investments. And so we had some discussions, I think, in the Illuvium community over the past couple of months around Illuvatars. And there was a lot of dialogue. Should it be kind of the Web3 pricing model or the Web2 pricing model?